This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm at a White Parker public workouts at Westfields. I'm joined by Macklin. How you doing, Matt?
Yeah, not bad, thanks.
Yeah, big fight week, pay-per-view. Let's just get a breakdown of the main event from you firstly.
No, I think it's a good fight. I think, yeah, really good fight. I think Dillian Whyte, when he fought Anthony Joshua, he went upon a really good performance. It was an exciting fight. I think, he was fundamentally lacking in experience a little bit. He didn't have a long amateur career. He'd done a lot of kickboxing, and he was technically he needed to improve in certain areas. I think he's gone back to the gym. He's had X amount of fights, and he's definitely improved. Has he improved enough to outbox Josie Parker? No, I don't think so. But has he improved enough that he can turn it into the type of fight he needs to, which is a fight? It needs to be hot pace, hot intensity. He needs it at mid-distance where there's exchanges. He needs to work the body. Then that's where he needs the fight to be to win this fight. I think if he's not able to do that, if he's not able to make it that type of fight, then I think he's going to get outboxed all night long. Josie Parker, he wasn't doing enough against Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua, very experienced, held the centre of the ring really well, dictated everything behind the jab, didn't overreach, stayed balanced, you know what I mean? Showed good temperament, good patience. It wasn't on Anthony Joshua to adapt or change things. He's winning every round. It was on Josie Parker. He wasn't willing to do that. He wasn't willing to take the chances required. I think Dillian Whyte feels he's the sort of person that would take those chances, and I agree with him. I think Dillian Whyte's the type of guy, I'm either winning or I'm getting knocked out trying to my last breath. Where Josie Parker, criticism was that he kind of looked happy to just stay in there for the 12. I don't think we'll see that with him against Dillian Whyte. I think he may well adapt certain similar tactics. I think he'll be wary early on. I think he'll look to set everything up behind the jab. He'll use the ring, but I think he'll be more adventurous. I think he'll stay there a little bit more. I think he'll put combinations together, which will be good because that'll give Dillian the chance to answer him back. Yeah. But I think it's important for Dillian has to try and make it an intense fight. Yeah. I don't think he can outbox Josie Parker.
In the gloves are off. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. In the Sky Sports thing with Johnny Nelson, we saw Dillian say that Joseph was a coward in that fight with Anthony Joshua. Do you think that's a bit harsh?
Yeah, it's harsh, but he's goading him, isn't he, as well? And from Dillian's point of view, Dillian Whyte is someone, as he's proven with Anthony Joshua, even when he was knackered, he was out of his depth, he was outgunned, he was being hurt, and he stayed in there, kept throwing, kept going for it, knowing I'm probably going to get knocked clean out. And what I mean is, he was prepared for that to happen, but to keep trying to win. Yeah. So from his point of view, he's looking at Josie Parker and thinking, you've lost 9 rounds out of 11 or whatever, you know what I mean, and you're still moving around trying to box. What are you doing? Do you know what I mean? Because in his mentality that would never happen. He'd be going out there throwing bombs one way or another. Yeah. So he's thinking, how can you do that? You're a coward. Of course he's not a coward. He's a world-class fighter. He's been there many times, showed lots of guts, lots of times, but from Dillian Whyte's point of view, that's where he's coming from. It's a little bit harsh, obviously, but he's also probably trying to goad him and get under his skin as well, because Dillian probably, you don't want, from Dillian's, if you're in Dillian's team, you don't want Josie Parker coming out and boxing like he did Joshua, because I don't think Dillian Whyte would be able to cope with that. Anthony Joshua was still having the best of that behind his jab. He had a great jab, good right hand. Technically, he's a top fighter, isn't he, Anthony Joshua? Where Dillian Whyte doesn't possess those same technical skills, fundamental abilities. So, if Josie Parker was as cagey, I think he'd win a comfortable point to win against Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte comes into the fight when Josie Parker decides to have a fight, so I can understand why Dillian Whyte's trying to goad him a little.
Yeah, sure. We'll come back to this, Bill, in a second. I just want to get sort of your thoughts on what's going on in the middleweight division at the moment. A lot of people saying Billy Joe pulled out that fight against Martin Murray because he was just looking for that Golovkin or Canelo fight. Is that what you believe as well? Do you think he had a genuine injury?
I've no idea. only Billy Joe knows that.
Obviously, Canelo Golovkin, the rematch, all set for September. Have you got sort of a prediction or a breakdown of that rematch?
Do you know what? I really thought before the fight that Golovkin would win it, and I thought he did win it. It was a good fight, and Canelo certainly had his moments, but I felt that over 12 rounds, Golovkin, you know, beat him, he outworked him, won the fight, and was unlucky not to get the decision. Having said that, I thought, and you know, Jacobs as well, and you could say they're two of the top fighters he's fought, so that's why it is. It's not because he's slipping, but I think he is slipping. I don't think he's quite as explosive, quite as dynamic as he used to be. You know, he's 36 now, you know what I mean, and he's the last 5 or 6 years he's been 3, 4 fights a year, hard, all world-class fights, and the training camps. You know, he's been very, very active, plus he had a long amateur career, 400 and something fights, you know, it's all miles on the clock, isn't it? You know, and he's probably not as hungry now as he once was. You know, he's earned a lot of money, he's achieved a lot of stuff, he's finally had the accolades and everything he deserves, so I don't think he's quite the fighter he was anymore, and I think Canelo showed enough in the first fight. You know, probably the highlights of the fight came from Canelo. You know, the better moments.
Yeah.
And I think Canelo did the fight because he had to do the fight. You know, he stretched it out 3 years. You know what I mean? He'd been stripped of titles. He was, you know what I mean? He was really losing a lot of face and respect among his own fans even. So he was kind of forced into the fight. Yeah. Now I think he thinks, you know what? Yeah, I can beat you. You know what I mean? It was a close fight, nothing in it. I had the better moments. Yeah, maybe you're a bit busier, but you know what? I could live with your power. Next time I'll beat you. I think that's what Canelo left that ring thinking.
Yeah, continuing the middleweight division, we saw Eddie Hearn have a press conference for his DAZN streaming site. He signed Andrade. That fight with Billy Joe is in talks. I think it's gone to purse bids. Yeah, sort of. That's a really good fight and a tough test for Billy Joe.
Very tough test. Demetrius Andrade was probably he was in that category of who needs him. You know, slick southpaw, can punch, world amateur champion, gifted fighter. Wasn't really with a big promoter. Wasn't a big draw ticket at the box office. You know what I mean? He was very kind of high risk, low reward. Yeah, and got froze out a little bit. I mean, he was world champion, got stripped for inactivity because no one wanted to fight him. It was a difficult fight for anyone. But you know, Billy Joe at the top of his game is a class actor, beautiful boxer. As he showed against Lemieux. Having said that, you know, Lemieux was static enough, dangerous, big left hooker, but he suited Billy Joe. Billy Joe boxed his head off, as we've seen. It'll be a different fight with Andrade, but it'll be a chess match between two really clever fighters. I don't think it'll be a fight of the year, but if you're a purist, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Talking about purist side of boxing, did you watch Usyk Gassiev the other night?
No, I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it.
Okay, well, there's a lot of talk about Usyk Bellew and Usyk just generally moving up to heavyweight. I think he said to Coogan that he's going to move up to heavyweight. Do you think he was steadied sort of as a tough opponent for the top boys, the Joshuas, the Wilders, the Furies?
Yeah, I'm aware. I know who. I didn't see that fight, but I've seen Usyk many times, obviously, and he's a gifted fighter, class act, one of the best fighters out there. You know, I think he's a cruiserweight, not a heavyweight. But you know, we've seen cruiserweights make the transition, and he's got so much skills. You know, he can probably make it not become a physical fight. You know what I mean? So. Yeah,
whether he can take a shot at heavyweight is probably the main thing.
But he can move up and grow into it. I'd like to see the fight with Tony Bellew though, cruiserweight. You know, I'd like to see Tony fight for the undisputed cruiserweight championship. You know, with all 4 belts on the line. Who knows?
Yeah. Lastly, Chisora Takam, another really interesting fight on this bill. So obviously saw Takam take Joshua deep last time when he fought. And is this last chance saloon for Chisora if he loses? Is that the end of his career this Saturday?
Yeah, I think probably. You know, certainly at this level. I mean, he's lost 8 times and he's always come back because he's always in good fights. You know, 1 or 2 maybe haven't been great fights, but generally, Derek Chisora is an exciting fighter to watch. He comes, he takes it to his opponents, he sits in the pocket, he trades off, and he fights at a heck of a pace. You know, big heart, and he's a character, isn't he? Controversial sometimes, but that all adds to it. I I think it's a tough fight for him Saturday night. At this stage of his career, in Tackham's probably fresher, less miles on the clock. Probably a little bit better as well at doing the same type of things. But I think it'll be a good fight because I think Derek knows this is it, and I think if he has to win really. He wants to keep his career alive at this level, and if he does go out, I think he's the type of character that would want to go out with a bang. So really looking forward to that fight.
Looking forward to the whole bill. Thank you for talking to IFL, Matthew. 10 minutes of my time, so appreciate that. Top man.
Cheers.